Why does the Metropolitan need a chief digital officer? What do you do?
What we do is try to tell the stories of our art. I try to think about 1 million+ stories, about 1 million+ pieces of art to 1 billion+ people. First lesson, if your boss doesn't ask you for metrics, don't give him any, because now they can, every time he looks at me, he can say, where are my billion people? But the idea is connecting the physical and the digital, the in-person and the online. Make the online experience so great that people want to come to the museum. And if they come to the museum, make it so exciting, they want to stay connected. That's what we're trying to do.
And the stats you've developed a following on Twitter, on Instagram, they're truly impressive for a museum. Which do you find is the most effective platform to connect to visitors?
Well, what we need to do is to use everything from Facebook, Twitter, and trying all kinds of other digital ways. But we don't need to be first on all these platforms, and that's what I tell people.
I mean, 15 million YouTube views.
Yeah.
You know, is it a better use of your time to focus on YouTube than on Flickr?
No, well, I think we need to find that there are different audiences for different things. So on our Flickr platform, for example, there are no selfies. People on Flickr think of themselves as photographers, but on Instagram, it's full of selfies. So you have to kind of find the right platform for the right audience, and the audience wants to be on different things.
Sri, what drove this? Is this something where you noticed a decline in actual physical attendance, or something? Is this something your donors wanted? Where did this decision come from?
Well, when we mention donors at the Met, we should say that Mr. Bloomberg and Bloomberg Philanthropies support a lot of what we do in terms of not just our museum, but lots of museums in New York and around the world.
It's okay. They support a lot of what I do.
Yeah, there's our shameless plug noise.
Exactly. Well, but also it isn't about declining visitorship. In fact, our visitors, when we had a change of directors in 2008, we've grown from 4.5 to 6.2 million visitors. So it's not about fewer visitors. It's about changing the profile of the visitor, getting more folks from around the world and around the country coming to the Met.
If you go back of the American wing and you go upstairs and there's a goofy elevator that goes to mezzanines, there's all this stuff stored away that we never see out in the hallways. Isn't digital the answer there, to take the gazillion pieces of stuff you have and bring it public?
And that's exactly what we're trying to do, is to showcase everything that we have. Everything you see. One thing, for example, we have the largest collection of baseball cards outside of Cooperstown, 30,000 baseball cards. We can only show a few.
Including the Roger Hornsby.
And the Honus Wagner. You know, that's the Mona Lisa of baseball cards. So we want to.
Mona Lisa was a painting. I believe it's in a museum.
Honus Wagner was a baseball player.
Oh, thank you.
You're a renowned expert in digital strategy. I saw in your presentation one thing I liked, the dirty secret of social media is almost everyone will miss almost everything you do on social media.
Yeah, so until you make a mistake. Yeah, this is what everyone says. Why is this important? One of the founders of Twitter, Biz Stone, said that he's surprised how successful Twitter is, considering how complicated it is to use. And there's so much hype around it. And I think your business viewers need to be paying attention to the potential of social, but also that there is so much hype, that every day there's a new app that you must get on, you must jump on. You've got to think about that.
Sri, my news feed is news organizations. A lot of museums are stored in there as well. What have you learned about the news feed on Facebook as you project the Met?
Well, we've seen that Facebook still counts. A lot of people are saying...
It's amazing the hits you guys, particularly if you have sex out there. If you guys do naked paintings, it's amazing how they get hit.
We had the folks from BuzzFeed come in and they did 22 statues having a worse Monday than you. And you can imagine people had a lot of fun. And this is the new Met, that we're saying that the folks who want to engage with us, we want to respect the art, but also have a personality and let our viewers and people participate with you.